And here is the Writer's Almanac for Saturday. It's the 27th of June, 2020. It's the birthday of Alice McDermott, born Brooklyn, 1953, grew up on Long Island in an Irish Catholic family. She is still a practicing Catholic. She said, "It's getting a little bit more hip to be Catholic. For me, having characters who are part of a faith then allows me to talk about how that faith either works or fails them without having to attack the institution." She's been a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize for 3 of her books so far: That Night, At Weddings and Wakes, and After This. It's the birthday of the poet Lucille Clifton, born in Depew, New York, 1936. Went to Howard University on scholarship, who published her first book, Good Times, in 1969 while raising 6 children. Her opening poem in Good Times begins, "In the inner city, or like we call it, home, we think a lot about uptown and the silent nights and the houses straight as dead men and the pastel lights, and we hang on to our no place, happy to be alive." It's the birthday of Helen Keller, born in Tuscumbia, Alabama, 1880. An illness in childhood left her blind and deaf, but she went on to Radcliffe College. She became a celebrity, became an advocate for persons with disabilities, and joined the Socialist Party, advocated for women's suffrage and for access to birth control. And it was on this day in 1844, Joseph Smith, Jr., the founder of the Mormon Church, was killed by a mob in Carthage, Illinois. 21 years before, he had been visited, he said, by an angel named Moroni, who directed him to gold plates buried in the woods on which were written the history of the Israelites, which he translated with the help of 2 seer stones. And so he wrote the Book of Mormon. He and his supporters headed west through Ohio to Missouri and then to Illinois, where they ran into trouble, and he was put in jail in Carthage, where 200 men one night broke into the jail and shot Smith and his brother Hiram to death. Here's a poem for today by Ellen Bass, entitled French Chocolates. "If you have your health, you have everything," is something that's said to cheer you up when you come home early and find your lover arched over a stranger in a scarlet thong. Or it could be you lose your job at Happy Nails because you can't stop smudging the stars on those 10 teeny American flags. I don't begrudge you your extravagant vitality. May it blossom like a cherry tree. May the petals of your cardiovascular excellence and the accordion polka of your lungs sweeten the mornings of your loneliness. But for the ill, for you with nerves that fire like a rusted-out burner on an old barbecue, with bones brittle as spun sugar, with a migraine hammering like a blacksmith in the flaming forge of your skull, may you be spared from friends who say, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And ask what gifts being sick has brought you. May they just keep their mouths shut and give you French chocolates and daffodils and maybe a small original Matisse. Say, open window, Callure, so you can look out at the boats floating on the dappled pink water. A poem by Ellen Bass, French Chocolates. That's the Writer's Almanac for Saturday, June the 27th. Funded by donations from listeners like you, now available on PRX for distribution by your local radio station. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.